So I want to know from you guys who are on this webinar, how do you guys usually work in business? How is it that you sign up your customers? How is it that you sign up your distributors? Are you more media or are you face-to-face? And then just put it in the comment section. And I also want to know if you work full-time, if you're a student, if you're full-time at works, and how many hours do you usually work your business? I promise this is just, I'm just so excited. I really am. I'm not someone to be excited, but I am really excited about this. So what is it that you do? Do you have a job? Do you go to school? Do you do this full-time? I do this business full-time. So for me, this is awesome. And then how many hours do you work this business? Well, when I first started, I was actually full-time employee. I was a paralegal, and then I was going to school part-time, and I had a second job on the weekends. Okay, so this is awesome. So I'm just going to get started. So I found some really neat stuff that we can start using and implementing in our business. So we're able to actually have more feedback on social media. And for me, the best way that I work my business, even though I'm full-time at works, is through Power Hours. So I've been in the business for a little over 3.5 years, and maybe 4 years. And for me, I've already seen ways that can help my business. I've seen ways that have affected my business. I know most of us who go on social media, sometimes we spend hours scrolling through our social media and not really doing IPAs, which is income producing activities. So I found a way where we can be on social media and interact with those who are our followers and the ones that are on our timeline and show us love on our Instagram. Why? Because what I've noticed is that when you're someone who's building off of social media, you don't really have a store. So for instance, if someone is interested in looking at what you do or what you offer, and you don't have, besides your website, which we normally don't give away right away, the one thing they're going to look at is what you're representing through social media, right? Are you consistent with your business? Are you constantly posting? Are you sharing? Are you being a product of the product? Are you being spammy? Are you really putting efforts into what you're showing? Why? Because we don't have a store. We don't have like a Forever 21 where you can come in and you can see my displays, right? Or where you can go ahead and try on clothes and you can see what I have to offer. We don't have that. So what we do have is representation through our social media. So the first thing that I wanted to cover for this training is how to create a brand. I remember when I first started It Works and I was doing social media, I was super spammy. I would just post a bunch of belly photos and who wants a free wrap? Who wants a free wrap? It's Halloween, who wants a free wrap? Like, I was a total mess. I wasn't really showing a story. So for this, I kind of want you guys to think outside the box. When you're creating a brand, like, although you're doing It Works and although you're a distributor for the business, you are still you. You know, you are still Tiffany, you are still Shannon, you're still Chevelle, you're still Gracie, you are still you. So what is it that you used to love doing, or what is it that you love doing besides this company? And that's what you want to share. You want to get personalized with people. You want people to know who you are. Makeup on off days, hair crazy, with your significant other, with your family, with your parents, whatever it is, people want to see that. Why? Because they're going to say yes more to you versus the actual product, right? When people say yes, it's because of what you're saying, it's because of what you're doing and what you're showing. So when you're creating a brand, for me, the best way is think of things that, who do you want to attract? Do you really want to attract people on your social media that cusses all the time, that talks about politics, that, you know, smokes marijuana or cigarettes, or is always drinking alcohol? Like, do you want these people in your business? Do you want people who are always talking about baby daddy problems, baby mama problems? Like, are these people you want in your business and you want to work with? Because the beauty about being an independent distributor is the fact that we get to hand choose who we want to work with. If I'm talking to someone and I don't really like their vibe, I can choose not to work with them. There's obviously 17 other people here who they can reach out to. So I get to choose and pick who I want to be in business with. And you also want to share what you do. So that's the reason why I asked in the chat, what is it that you do, or if you have a full-time job. So if you're someone who has a full-time job, share that. Why? Because I remember when I first started, I'd stop at Therese and how much money she was making. When I joined her, she was a triple diamond, and she was making bank. She was making well off of 5 figures a month. And although I saw her, you know, making those 5 figures a month, in my mind, that's not where I wanted to be yet. So for me, I just wanted an income to be able to pay for gas, pay for groceries. I wanted to be able to go out to dinner with my boyfriend and not have to wait until my paycheck. So you want to share the things that you love, and you don't always have to say like, I'm making X amount of money. You don't have to share anything of that in Instagram or on social media. Just share things that for you are eye-catching. So at that time when I worked my social media, I'll post things, for instance, putting gas, right? So putting a Blitz card and saying that that It Works paid for this. So that's what you want to share on your social media, like things that It Works is doing for you. And things that it can do for you. You can dream big too. Like you can say, I remember I actually have her here on Christina. She said that somebody had asked her how much she makes a month because she's sharing so much about the business opportunity. And I told her, you don't necessarily have to tell anybody your income. You can just tell them your next goal. And you can share that. You can just share how the fact that, you know, you're in this business, you're seeing what it's been doing for you, and so far it's helping you for X, Y, and Z. And you eventually want it to become a full-time thing for you, or you want to be able to, you know, have that family vacation that you don't have. So that's what you want to share. And then I want to share with you guys how I find people on social media. I don't have my glasses on. Maybe I should stop trying to be cute and put on my glasses so I can see. Wow. Okay. So let me see how I can connect to Bluetooth so I can show you guys. Okay, let's do via cable because I'm not sure how to do the airplane mode. So I'm going to share with you guys how I find the people that I want to work with. Okay. Connect iPhone to his computer when prompt. Oh my God, this is so awesome. Okay, this is why I love technology. All right, y'all, so this is my screen. Hopefully my boyfriend doesn't send me any pictures. Just kidding. Okay. Yikes. Sorry, guys. I'm having a little bit of a... Oh my God. Okay, so this is my social media, right? So this is my Instagram. I'm going to show it to you guys. So this is my Instagram. I'm going to show you guys how I take photos and all that good stuff. But how I find people is in the search bar. So I'm on search and I go to search and I either do tags or I go to places. My favorite, oops, that's not it. Oh. Okay, my favorite is places, actually. So this is how I find the people that I want to be in business with. So I go to places. Why? Well, obviously we're in 12 different countries, probably more by now. And, you know, there's some people who are in this business, for instance, like my hometown. in Miami, a lot of people like to have things for free. A lot of people like to brag about what they drive and what they wear. But when it comes to like really spending money and really focusing on their fitness or on supporting others, they're not really too supportive. So for me, I didn't want that to be an excuse and why I wouldn't be successful in this business. So the beautiful thing about social media is that we can connect with anybody in this world, right? So I go to places, for instance, my brother moved to Seattle about a year and a half, September made a year. So I would go to places, and let's say I wanted to put Washington. Come on, fingers. So let's say I wanted to put Seattle, Washington. Whoops. Okay. So I'm here and I'm looking at everybody who has tagged Seattle, Washington. So for instance, these are all the people that have posted near the area. So I go to Seattle very often to go visit them, and to visit them is about $300 to $400 a ticket. So if I can turn in my meeting with my, me visiting my brother and my family in Seattle to being a business meeting, being a wrap party, that'll be awesome. Why? Because now it works. They'll be able to pay for that trip and it's not out of pocket. So I'll go and I'll search, and let's say I like this girl, right? So I'll go to one of her posts, and then I'll pick my friends or people to follow from here. I do look at it. I'm very picky when it comes to me following people, just because I don't like to follow men. If men follow me, that's great. And I also like to see and make sure that they're not in any network company, that they're not doing It Works. So that's one way that I follow people and branch in my network. Also, for instance, let's say I want to put Nova Southeastern University, which is the college that I graduated from, right? This is the university I graduated from. So I know how it is. My university is super expensive. Tuition was almost $8,000. So I know how it is to have to pay tuition or having to, do minimal things because you have these expenses of being a student, and maybe you're out of town and you're just here for school. So I'll go here, same thing. I'll go to her friend list. I'll look at people. I also don't like to follow people who have a little bit of post like if they're posting 89 times, maybe I'll follow them. If they have like 3 or 4 posts, I don't really follow them. Why? Because you're not really interactive with social media. So I don't know how you would feel about this business. I don't know if you're someone who's real, who's fake. So that's one way that I follow and that I build my network through social media. I'm not sure if that's how some of you guys work your business, or if that's how some of the ways that you guys grow your network, but I think that's really good. So for instance, if Shelly went to Chuck E. Cheese with her family last Saturday, and she went to one that's in her area, you can literally, I'll share it with you guys again. So you guys can literally, let's say I'll put Chuck E. Cheese. So there's a bunch of Chuck E. Cheese's around my neighborhood. Pines looks like the one that's closer. So I'll go here, and then I'll see now everybody who went to Chuck E. Cheese. So when they follow you, they're more receptive to say, okay, who is she? Why? Because you guys are in the same place, or you guys share the same interests. So that's the same thing with tags. With tags, you can put whatever you want. So like for instance, I've been following people around my age. So 28th birthday. Now I see everybody who's celebrating the 28th birthday, right? So now I can follow them. Why? Because we're on the same age. So we have similar interests. We want to we want to have babies. We want to get our lives together. We're not probably too much into partying. We want to settle down. So now we have some common interests that we can talk about, and that I can bring up when we're talking about the business opportunity or even the products. So that's one tip on how I expand and how I connect with people. So you can do it through your places, through your tags, and things that you're interested in. You don't, like, if you are a mom, like, follow more moms. If you're a student, like focus on whatever your strong suit is and perfect that. And then whatever else is that you lack on, you'll be able to grow once you're growing within this business. And then now I'm going to share with you guys Facebook. So for Facebook, so one thing that I don't know if you guys watched the training with Nicole, I think it was like on Monday. I'm not sure if you guys watched that training, but she had some really good tips. So I'm just going to share the similar tips that she had. So this is my Facebook. And so what she does is she goes through groups. For me, I also do groups. I'm in a few groups and I post there and I interact with them. But sometimes I also follow friends from friends. And, you know, there's a good objection when people are like, oh, do I know you? You can always tell them no, but you came up on my suggested friends list. I hope that didn't offend you. And usually they won't say, you know, yeah, you offended me. They'll be like, oh, no, it's cool, no problems. And you can have some interaction afterwards. That's one way that I follow people. And then when it comes to posting, this is one thing that I learned from her and I absolutely love. I already had my friends list, but I didn't know, like every time I'll click on it. So for instance, these are people that I want on my dream team. These are people I've spoken to about the business and they're on my dream team list, right? So I always saw this section right here where you can post, but I didn't understand why until I watched Nicole's video and she said that when you post here, all these people that are on your dream team list are going to most likely see your post. And remember that because Instagram and Facebook, you know, Facebook bought Instagram and they have this whole algorithm thing going on. If you're copying and pasting people's captions, if you're not changing it up, nobody's going to know that you posted. So having that whole friends list and posting through your friends list, I thought that was such an awesome tip. And I've been doing it for since she did the whole, yeah, you can do that mobile. You can do that mobile. So yeah, you can definitely do it through your mobile phone, both Androids and iPhones. So I was super excited about sharing that. And then for me, like I mentioned, I love working my business through power hours. For me, I get so much more done through power hours. All right. Sorry. So for me, I'd rather work my business through a power hour. I just feel like I get more done. And I wanted to show you guys some ways that you can do so you can build relationships with people. So that's like another thing. With network marketing, I realized that if you're not building relationships and people are not trusting you in this business, they're not going to want to be in business with you. So don't ever think that like, you know, you are the reason why people quit, why your down team is not working, why there's no activity. Like, it's not you, it's them. So take that out of your mind. And I'm going to show you guys how you can print your friends list. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how you can print your friends list when you are trying to build relationships through social media. So this is through Facebook. So for instance, you're going to go to your friends list right here where it says friends, and you are going to, for me, I would choose, so what I would do is probably print out friends that are on your recently added so you can continue building that relationship with them, people in your hometown, and it says here new post, and it says, so these are all the people that have posted recently on your social media, which is good because it now shows you who's active and who's not. So a way that you can go ahead and print out these friends lists is literally, I have a MacBook, but I'm pretty sure it can work for Windows. I think it's probably just different keys, but I'm just holding them down and I'm just gonna, oh, sorry, let's do that again. Take two. Okay, so I'm just gonna go all the way down. And you see how it has it highlighted? I think even if you press a space bar, yeah. So if you press the space bar on your MacBook, it'll go all the way down. Right. So this is how you're gonna copy your friends list. And then for me on my computer, it's Command C, right, to copy and paste. You can go to Word document. You can go to your Google pages, wherever it is, And I don't know if it's sharing my Windows computer, but once I have it up, I'll share it so you guys can see. Open a new template and copy and paste that bad boy. So let me see if I can use share. All right. Where's the Windows? Okay, so this is Windows. I think it's loading. Yeah, it's thinking. It was a lot of people. And like you can do this a few people at a time so it doesn't make your computer think so much. But you would just save it, you would just copy and then just paste it onto your Windows. And that's a good way to do your follow-up Fridays. So I know that a top income earner once shared that she picks about 10 to 15 people a week that she wants to build relationships with. So she'll go through people's social media and she'll write down their names. And that whole week, she's just focused on building relationships with those 10 to 15 people. Why? Because for her, it's easier. It's easier for her to build those strong relationships with a few folks than having to build, constant 100, 200 people a week. So it all depends on your preference, but you got to find out what works best for you. So let me stop sharing this and see if my computer works faster. So are these tips helping you before I keep blabbing off? Because I have I'm not even in the dessert yet. This is the appetizer. It hasn't gotten good yet. It's about to get real good. So if you have a MacBook or a Windows computer, I would love for you to bring it out in front of you, or if you're using it, that's cool. But I'm about to share some sweet stuff. And my computer's just, okay. So my Windows is not going, my Microsoft Word isn't cooperating. So let me just go back to this page. Okay, so that's one way that you can definitely take your friends list. So like I mentioned, just go through it. I definitely recommend, after what happened to me right now with my computer, probably do a few people at a time. But I would literally go through recently added, just because these are people who just said hi to you, they accepted your friend request, and you want to build those relationships because they're new. So I'll definitely go through recently added and then maybe hometown. So if you want to have people do wrap parties with you, these are people you can reach out to. So probably, oh, my aunt, she passed away. So I would definitely go for people who are in your hometown or recently added, maybe even current city, because maybe you are from Miami, but you moved to Texas, for instance. So that'd be a good idea. Let me see what's next. So for Instagram, I think for Instagram is the same thing. You can log into your Instagram through, so let me log in really quick. You can log in through your Instagram through your computer. If you didn't know that, now you do. So let me just do this really quick. Share my screen. Where am I? Oh, okay. Save. Okay, so now we're on Instagram, and I believe you can do the same thing. You can go to your profile, and I don't know, it all depends on you. You can do it through your followers or through your following. It all depends really on your preference and what you want to, who you want to contact. But you can go through your followers, and the same thing. You're just going to highlight and drag for a little bit, and then you can go ahead and copy that and then paste it to your Word document. So that's a way that you can print out your friends list from Instagram or Facebook. So when you do those follow-up Fridays, you have people that you can reach out to and say hi to. So the whole point of follow-ups is for you to to make it easier for yourself. So like one thing that I've learned in this business is that you want to work smarter, not harder. So you gotta find ways that are gonna benefit you. So when you are spending some time working your business, you're not frustrated. You're not like, okay, what do I post? What caption do I use? I've already posted this, or I'm stuck. Like instead of saying those things, like have yourself like a schedule, something that's easier for you to work, and then use all your tools. So now I'm gonna share the best part about this whole entire webinar. All right. So most of y'all paid either $99 to start your business, you know, the $100, you either spent $10 to start your business, or you spent $59 to start your business. So for the most part, even if you spent $100, I'm pretty sure you've made that money back. Maybe not the first month, but for sure between the first and second, you made that money back. So what I'm going to share with you guys, there is a small investment fee. Oh, hold on, before I continue. So it came out on my Word document. And then it has the picture, which is good because like that, maybe sometimes you want to know who you're talking to. Like, you know, I have a bunch of potentials and sometimes I can't put their face with their name. So here you can put 2 columns, but yeah, so it's how it's going to look, your friends list. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, so this is going to be a small investment, super small. It's only $10, but y'all, I did my power hours like in 15 minutes. So for me, that's awesome because that means that I am doubling my IPAs when I reach out to people, when I do my follow-ups, and when I'm building and, you know, liking people's photos and commenting and doing their interactions. So like, are y'all ready? I wish this was like Facebook so y'all can put some hearts because I'm super excited. Super, super excited. Okay. Okay. This is exciting. I'm about to share my screen. Okay. So this app has literally changed my life. Like immediately has changed my life since I found out about it. It is called Grids. The best part about this is it's not only for people with Mac, it's people with Windows. So if you're someone who is a Windows user, you can still take full advantage of this website, of this app. So it's called Grids for Instagram. It's $10, but yeah, it's the best $10 that I spent on my life because I spent $100 to be in this business. So I'm going to show you why. So this is Grids. This is my Instagram. Okay. I get to see, let me put this down. So I get to see whoever likes or comments on my photos. I get to see the following. I get to see my direct messages, which is even better. Okay, so now I can message people from my computer and it's so much easier typing than like thumb fighting. One thing that I did have to do was I downloaded emojis on my laptop. So when I do type to people, I can share emojis and stuff. I like sending people emojis. It makes me feel a lot better. You get to see your searches. So you can search around here too. The same thing, places, whatever you want. So you have top, people, tags, places. So if I want to put, like I said, Seattle, Washington. I'll go ahead and see everybody on Seattle, Washington, right? So look at this, how awesome, y'all. All right. Okay. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna put a timer on so you guys can see how fast I like and comment on people's photos with this app. How do I do that on this phone? Okay, is this the timer? Yeah. Okay. Y'all, I'm so excited. Okay, start. So what number? How many people? Well, I don't want to go too fast, so like, let me see. I'll probably count 30. All right, started. Okay, ready? We're ready? Look at this, y'all. Look at this, y'all. Obviously, you don't want to go too fast. People are going to think that you're spamming, like Instagram, so they might block you. But like, if I wanted to just share this with someone, whatever, you know, you're building relationships with people. I do like her makeup. On to the next. On to the next. I literally press L for like, and I go side to side. I want to skip people, and it's great because I get to see more people on the actual desktop than what I do on my iPhone. So for me, when I want to, like, if I see this, I'm like, okay, I don't know who she is. I've never seen her. It looks spammy. I'm going to unfollow her. So it's also a great way to like unfollow people if they're spammy, or if you're like, man, where did she come from? Like, I never knew I followed that person. Y'all, look how fast I am doing my power hour right now. Instead of me reaching out to like 20 people, let's say through Power Hour or whatever it is, I can reach out to so many more people. Are y'all excited? Because I feel like I'm the only one excited here. This is awesome. And it's for both for Mac users and for Windows users. But you're able to do everything. So like, for instance, for me, when I was in college, there were certain professors that did allow me to have my laptop. So if I had my laptop, I have WhatsApp. That's like where that's the only app where me and my team, where we speak. So I can have WhatsApp on my desktop. So even if I'm at school, I'm able to still talk to people. And then you also have Facebook, you know, the app, or you can go to the website or whatever it is. But Instagram was one thing where I definitely worked my business mostly off of Instagram, and I never had anything besides my iPhone or going to the app, like through the website, through Google. But what I realized is that for here, so I'm going to share again. So when you're using this app, you are also able to like post photos. So that's awesome. Like you have an app that not only, or you're using your computer where you're not only able to work your Instagram, but you can work your Facebook, you can use your Messenger. If you have Google Voice, you can even use your Google Voice. Like, this is awesome. I believe you can you see, so you can even add on your story, or you can add a new post. So this for me was a game changer. Why? Because I love having everything in one place. And there are times where I do enjoy working from my computer. So I definitely, you know, when I found out about this app, I was in love with it. And then I'm going to also show you guys another thing that I do to work my business. So for me, when I message people on Facebook, I have two lists. I have three lists. I have potential customers, dream team, and customers. So the people who are already my customers, I have them on a list. I have people who are potentials for the customers and potential distributors who are under my dream team. Now for Instagram, I work it a little differently. I love using the collections tab. For me, the collections tab is the easiest way to keep my 100s list. I know that we're supposed to have a paper one, and I definitely have a paper one. But when it comes to social media and I'm up late working my business and networking, it's easier just to add them through a collections list. So I believe you're able to have them here. So I just want to know if I can see. So I know you have a bookmark. So these are some bookmarks that I've, you know, from looking at people's social media through the app, I was able to get. But I want to see if this is the only way I can find out about, I guess so. Okay. So for collections, let me just share on my phone. Sorry, I'm still new to this whole sharing through phone and all that good stuff. Really, really techie for me, but okay. So let's do this. All right. Okay, so we're on my Instagram. And this is the collection tab right here. It looks like a little bookmark. And on my collection, so I have hundreds list. I have post ideas. So people that are in this business. So for me, content is really important when you're doing social media, but there's so many things that you can come up with or you can have an idea of. So there's certain people who are top income earners who I love their page. I feel like it's really nice. And I take their photos, I put them on post ideas, and then I recreate them. So I make them my own. So you guys can definitely have a section for post ideas. So I have October 2017 Dream Team, 100 list for September, Dream Team for September. Even people who are yes, but not right now. So maybe they said yes to me, but they're waiting for school to be finished or after pregnancy or whatever it is, I put them in here. So for instance, if you have your hundreds list for October, these are people that you're going to want to reconnect with. So you can always go to this person's page, just like a few photos. Go to the next one. So with her, she's a stenographer, and I actually just graduated with my bachelor's in stenography. So that's why I put her in my hundreds list, because I'm like, well, you know, we both share the fact that we're into the, you know, we both graduated in stenography, and maybe this can be an opener to whatever it is, a friend, potential customer, potential role, whatever it is. And then I have October Dream Team. So these are all people who I've built some type of relationship with. So we can go here. Follow a few people. Who's next? Okay. So you guys get the point, right? So use collections also to your advantage, just because you can add whatever you want, and it's easier to have everything in one place, at least for me. Like I said, I'm one of those messy people that I'll tell you, you know, I have that book in this drawer, behind these socks, underneath this shirt, and like I know everything to the T, although it's not like super organized. So for me, having the collections tab, it's awesome. It definitely helps. And then being able to use grids on my computer and seeing those collections and being able to do follow-ups. Now for collections, if you're a mom, I would suggest you to have like different tabs, like as well as my notes on my computer, the same on my phone. So for captions, I have hair, skin, and nails, and a bunch of hair, skin, and nails captions. So if I'm stuck, I know where to go, and I can copy and paste and change it around. Same thing with potentials. If I'm a college student, then I'm going to have a section just for college students, and I'm going to add everybody who I followed up with or who I've reached out to as a college student in there. Same thing with mommies. If you are someone who's a mommy and you have a collection for mommies, add everyone in there. If you're a full-time, you know, I don't know, you work at a bank, you can put everybody who you know who works at banks or who's a teacher, whoever it is, in that collection list. So it's easier for you to do follow-ups. Again, I don't know how much it is for Windows, but I did spend $10 on the app Grids from my laptop. And I want to cover with you guys some of the apps that I use for photos. So for photos, I think my Instagram is really nice. It was never like that in the beginning. It does take time. But for me, I use my Instagram as things that I want to, hold on, let me put it up. So for my Instagram, the way that I share it is that I want people, like when I look at my Instagram, these are things that I like. So, post. Okay, so I like weird socks. I have a collection of socks. I love socks. I love candles. This is my baby nephew. He's my world. I love sharing that. This is me and Jazz. So I like to be with my teammates here that are local to me. I like to hang out with them. I like to meet up with them. I like to have coffee shops with them. Why? Because you don't want people to only think like, oh, it's only about Stephanie. Like, who does she help? She doesn't help anybody. It's all about Stephanie. So, me and Chris met up last week. We took some selfies. I posted one. And then these are all photos with my iPhone for the majority of it. I do have a professional camera, but for the reality of it, I just use my iPhone since it's so like easy. And you can put it anywhere. You can find on Pinterest. You can find ideas on how to like hold your phone up so you can have like a picture where it's taking, where it's, you know, showing everything on your desk or whatever. So it gives you a lot of tips that you can use Pinterest for. But I like to share just things that I enjoy. So I don't know what happened. Okay. So I like to share quotes. Why? Because it allows me to be relatable with people. I don't know what's going on. What else? Me studying and being a student. Me with the girls from class. So I just shared normal things. I had gone to see Yami in North Carolina since she just moved there. So I'm just sharing things that I enjoy, things that I like. I share a lot of the products very nonchalantly. I actually took this as an idea from someone who posted hair vitamins from Nature Valley, and I just did it my own. So you can definitely look at my social media for any like tips or ideas. But I just tell my boyfriend, like, babe, just take a photo, snap a quick photo. Or when I'm with my friends, we'll post, you know, me and Christina, we spent like 20 minutes trying to take like 15 photos. But it was okay. Why? Because now we have content. There's days where I don't have the time to like wake up and put a full face of makeup and do my hair and get all cute. In reality, I don't have the time for that. So if I do have a day where I do dress up, I just take my shirt off a few times, put another shirt on, go against another window or against another wall or whatever it is, and then just build content for your photos. And just share the things that make you happy. You know, if it's your kids, then share your kids. If you don't want people to see your kid's face, then it can be of them in the back, like at a park or whatever it is. But allow people to know you, to know that, oh wow, this is what she does, and make them wonder. You don't always have to post things about it works. So I want to share some of my apps that I use for my photos, or for in general when it comes to social media. So I use Cleaner. So Cleaner for me is the easiest way to get rid of, you know, non-followers, ghost followers, people without pictures. What else does Cleaner do? I think you can even add people to like a white list or a black list. And what that means is the people that you unfollow, so you don't unfollow them again, you add them to a list. Because there's times like I'm like, for instance, if I unfollow Christina, but then Christina comes up on my page and I don't remember that, I add her again. So to avoid like re-adding people, I think you can add them into a list. Also, for people who don't have memories on their phone. So I have an iPhone, I have like over 100 and something gigabytes, but I know sometimes for other phone, other phone companies or phone brands, you guys don't have enough space. So one thing you guys can use is Google Photos. So you can actually link your photos from your phone to Google Photos. So when you are working your business through your computer, you can actually post using those photos, and it relieves more space on your memory. Because remember, with grids, you're able to post new photos and new iStories. So if you have to constantly be deleting because you're on group chats or because you have too many apps, you just don't have a lot of memory, you can definitely use Google Photos, and you can just add you can stream them to Google Photos. Also, for one question I get a lot is building content, right? Like, how do you know what to post all the time? So there's times I don't. And what I do is I go through Pinterest. Pinterest is going to be your best friend. Pinterest can get a bunch of ideas. I actually sent my team over like 50 new photos about It Works the other day. Legit, I was like having a power hour and they're like, when did you send all these photos? I'm like, in like the last 2 minutes that we were talking. They're like, what? So Pinterest has a lot of good photos that you guys can use, a lot of ideas. So like if you're somebody who you can even post like, office inspire, office inspo, or whatever it is, and use those ideas. It doesn't, as long as you're not posting my photo like of my face on your Instagram, who's someone to say that's not you or that's not your photo. So again, work smarter, not harder. I also use Fonto, which is the app that I'll show you guys. is the app that allows you to overlay. So if you're someone who you just got $100 or a loyal customer and you want to put that on top of a picture, like the whole, I'll show you now. So this section right here where you can add the loyal customer email, or if you want to add your paycheck or whatever it is, it's through an app called Fonto. I'll type it in. Fonto. Also, everyone should have the app Wired, which is the It Works one. They also post photos there too, and if you go to It Works Adventures, they also have a bunch of photos that are really nice. For Droid users, I know that Christina told me about WordSwag and Photo Overlay. I don't have a Droid. I have an iPhone, so I'm not really too familiar with a lot of their apps. So if you want to share some below so the other people can know about it, definitely that'll be great. For editing photos, I like things that are easy. So Pick Tap Go is super easy. It's literally Pick Tap Go. I use VSCO. That one's like a little bit more, not simplified, but it's awesome. I also use Color Story. So like, I'm really sharing with you guys my tips. Like, not to say anything, but there's times where like, you know, you guys are jumping in to know what I'm using and to know what I'm doing. So I'm literally sharing with you guys exactly the tips that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. So I use Cleaner to wipe out non-followers. I put WordSwag, no. So I use WordSwag. So I made this cute little post for today saying that we had 30 minutes before training, and that came from WordSwag. So let me see what else I use. Boomerang, that's with Instagram. Oh, and this one's good. This app is really good. It's called Canva. That app is amazing. And then I had someone tell me, Lily told me about Snapseed. I've only seen it a few times, but that's one that you guys can use too. I think it's for both Windows users as well. So now I want to leave it open for some Q&A to see if you guys had any questions. I know we covered a lot. I covered a lot. I covered creating a brand. I covered friends list on Facebook, how to find or how to know who to connect with through Power Hour, friends list on social media, Facebook and Instagram, and then I covered grids. So I don't know if anybody has any questions or want to go over something, or maybe you didn't understand. So if you have any questions, you can just get off of mute.
I had put in the chat, like when you get a lot of people that respond to your photos. No, one moment, please. When you get a lot of people that like a photo, whether it's something that's dealing with the business or not, how do you go about? Do you message every last one of them, or do you just how do you handle that?
So when someone is liking my photos on Instagram or Facebook, I start to try to build a relationship with them. I might not necessarily message them right away, because sometimes when you message people instantly about an opportunity or about products, it might be that they won't answer back or they might read it. So it all depends. So if there is someone who is liking a few of my photos, or I see them their name is just eye-catching because every time I see their name, I just add them to a list and then I follow up with them. And then when I see that interaction is constantly happening, then that's when I reach out to them. Now, if I'm working for a promotion, then that's different. Or if I'm helping someone for a promotion, then that's different. And I will message people who are on my iStory. So for instance, or my Instagram story. So that's lately how I've been messaging people, through my Instagram story, because on Instagram, when you submit a story and it's new, it goes all the way to the front. So I know they're active and they're on. Because when you're going down through your timeline, sometimes you'll see like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 13 days, 5 days and you're just like, how stalkerish, do I look, commenting on someone's page or someone's picture from 13 days ago. So Instagram's timeline is kind of like goofy. So I go through the Insta stories and that's how I message people. And I just build relationships. You want people to feel comfortable with you. If I don't really know you and you message me like, you'd be, do you want to be a product tester? And we've never spoken, I'm probably going to say no. So have them look at your page. So build that relationship with them, like their photos, comment, especially with this whole grid thing that's so easy to comment and like people's photos. It should definitely help you out better. But yeah, build those relationships, add them to a list, and you can put it like October's list and just add people in there and follow up with those people every single Friday or every single Thursday, whatever day is best for you to do your follow-ups. It doesn't have to be Fridays. So Facebook friends list from your phone, I don't know how that would work because you kind of have to like press down and then scroll down so it's like highlighted, and I'm not sure if you can do that on your iPhone or on your smartphone. You can try. I know on my iPhone I have a note section and you can download different apps as well. So like I have Note, I think it's called Note. So you can try. I'm not sure how it works with iPhones. I've never tried from an iPhone. I've definitely tried from my computer, and it's worked fine, but I just don't know about an iPhone. Did you guys like the app though? Grids? I loved it. I feel like it's such a game changer to our IPAs and like building relationships. And it shows people who are posting right there and then, which is another thing that I like. So it's actually in order compared to your iPhone. I'm actually liking people's photos as I talk to y'all. It's so awesome. So I get more followers and more interaction. It all depends. Like I feel Instagram and Facebook are two different types of social network, apps. Like Facebook, you're able to be more personal. So on Facebook, I'm able to post more things like I can post quotes, I can post videos that I like about animals. I love animals. So like if I can post things of that, or Ellen DeGeneres. So it's easier for me to be more interactive and more personal through Facebook versus Instagram. With Instagram is only photos and your Instagram stories, so there's not much that you can play with. But I do get more of my buzz through Instagram. That definitely. What do you do for follow-ups? I feel kind of awkward talking to people. So what do you mean? Can you get off your mute so you can talk to me? I'm gonna mute you. So what's up, Tiffany? Trying to unmute you. There you go. So what is it that you mean about what do you do for follow-ups? You feel awkward talking to people?
I mean, like after you go from liking a picture, talking, under the post, to going in someone's inbox and asking them, hey, how are you? Would you like to try products or something like that? That's what I mean. I feel kind of awkward just jumping to, would you like to try a product or would you like the business opportunity?
So when you're going to message somebody through inbox, I feel like you need to start with something that like you guys have in common. So if you are building that relationship, that's a great way to start. Like, hey girl, I noticed that we've been friends for a while on social media. I never properly introduced myself. I'm Stephanie. How are you? How's your day going? Always ask people questions, because if I feel like if you're like, I hope your Monday's going good. Some people might read it and not write back. Why? Because you're not really asking them a question. You're just saying, have a great day. So if you write that to someone, maybe they won't respond back with the type of feedback you want. But I feel like when you're asking them a question, they're more, susceptible to write back to you, and you can build that conversation. And sometimes maybe you talk to me, and it might take you 3 times the follow-ups before I sign up. Sometimes there's people like, I buy anything. I'm an online shopper. Like I love to shop. So I'm more easygoing in the sense of like, if you sell me a product, I might say yes to you. You know, it'll be okay for me to say yes. Why? Because I love buying things that makes me feel good, versus somebody that it might take them a little bit more of like, oh, will you be interested? Oh, let me send you 15 before and afters, or hey, let me pour into you, or hey, let's get on a phone call. Let me take you to a wrap party. Do you want some samples? Some people take a little bit longer to say yes. So I feel like if you're reaching out to somebody who's new and you're trying to build that relationship with, or you're trying to network with them, then just say, hey girl, I noticed that, you know, we've been liking each other's photos for a while. We've been friends on social media. You know, I'm Stephanie. You know, how's it going? How's your day? Oh, my day's good. Awesome. Like, how's it like? What is it that you do? What do you do for work? I saw you have a little girl. She's beautiful. Also pinpoint things about their social media. So like, if you see that I have photos of my nephew everywhere, then you can always share that. Like, girl, I'm just like you. I'm obsessed with my little nephew, or I'm obsessed with my niece. She's the world to me. You know, what is it that you guys do for fun? I would love some tips. And then they're going to constantly see you. Like, I remember I had a girl on my team who I liked her photos for like ever. Every single time she showed up, I would like her photos. I'll comment on her photos, like her photos. And for some reason, I stopped seeing her on my timeline. So I stopped. And it wasn't intentionally. I just stopped seeing her on my timeline. And she looked for me. She looked for me, and she started liking my photos. I was like, oh, there she is. Why? Because some people want that. You have to be like the brightness of their day. Like, try to be positive on your social media as well. Use bright colors. These apps that I'm telling you about are really helpful. Lighting is also very important because it helps your quality of your pictures. Remember, this is you can turn on your post notifications. It's a good idea.
Okay.
Remember that your Instagram or your Facebook is your online store. So when people go to your Facebook and your Instagram, they're going to see you as a representation to your company. So what are you representing? What are you giving them? You know, I have people too, like for me, doing the whole grids situation has allowed me to build more network and build more relationships, because posting is one thing. Any of us can post. I can post all day long, but it doesn't mean that customers and distributors are going to fall in my lap. Like, I have to reach out to people. I have to let people know there's urgency. So that's why building these relationships with people are going to be very crucial to your business. Don't just think that posting a few, 4 or 5 times on Instagram and doing your 3-3 rule is going to get you success done. You have to apply action. Saying that, I had something else in mind and I just forgot about it.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, definitely post. I also heard that legit for your Instagram to get more likes and stuff like that, you only have to post like 1 or 2 times a day. So for those who are stressing your lives away and what to post, stick it to 2 to 3 posts a day. But instead of you spending the time scrolling on, oh my gosh, Gucci Mane and Keisha got married, or oh my God, this is not happening, go and build relationships. Talk to people, because people are not going to say, oh, Renee, you do It Works? Girl, let me get on that. No, they're not. They're not going to ask if you don't tell them, hey, this is what I'm doing, or if you're not showing people your journey. So if you love to post, then start posting on your Instagram story. Why? Because more people are susceptible to go to your Instagram story and watch that versus going to your page. So if you're posting on social media 15 times a day, put that to like 3 times a day. I post morning, afternoon, and nighttime. But on my power hours, I'm messaging like crazy. I'm building, and it's not like, hey, come join my team, or hey, come use my products. It's like, hey girl, oh my gosh, that's so cute, or where'd you buy that? What type of ice cream is that? And I'm building people's relationships through their Instagram stories. So I'm going to show you guys quickly before we go, because I know we've taken up an hour, and I know it's Wednesday, so there's school tomorrow, but I'm going to show you guys quickly on how, because you want to be intentional. That's one thing. Like, ain't nobody ever going to tell me that I don't work my business intentionally. Nobody. So this is grids, right? So for instance, I've been talking to her a lot lately.
Let's be real. You don't need toys, do you?
All right. So now I'm building relationships with them. Next. So let's go next. And like, these are everybody's Instagram stories. Like I'm telling you this, you guys have no idea how much of a game changer this app is. So so some people you can't write on their Instagram story like her. So you go next. Why is it not working? Okay. So her Instagram, can you? Let's refresh. So I'm not sure why it's not coming out with me being able to comment. Although I was able to comment on that girl. So I'm not sure why. Look, y'all, look how easy this is. You cannot tell me you guys cannot do 15 minutes of commenting and liking. You can't.
Hey, what's wrong with your fingers?
They're wiggly.
They're
So
what?
cute.
They're wiggly now.
They're wiggly?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so adorable. Okay, so let me see. Let me just read comments before. I track my hundreds list and then I follow up with them. It takes me back to the top when I try to message people from a few months back. Is there a way around that from Facebook? Like when you're messaging people through Messenger, it takes you back up. Is that what you're asking? Is she on? Latoya? Oh yeah, she is. I'm not following. I don't understand.
Like when I message people, like from a few weeks ago, I try to message them individually, and then it just takes me right back from square one instead of keep on strolling down.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if there's a shortcut.
that happens to me too. I don't think so. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
sure. I know that when I message people from a few days ago or from a few months ago and I want to like resend a message, it does take me all the way to the top because it's like the most recent. So I'm not sure. Maybe, have you tried maybe on your iPhone? Or it's the same thing?
I have an Android.
Oh, how about your Android? Have you tried that?
Wait, have I tried what?
Like doing the messaging through your Messenger app through your phone?
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
And that it still goes all the way up?
But it takes me back. And
Well,
that's what slows the process down.
so how about this? How about if you print out your hundreds list and you have the name, so instead of you having to find them, you just put like the little open for a new message, type the name and whatever message you want. A cool thing, I don't know if Droids have this. I know that I'm going to show you guys from my iPhone. I know iPhone has this. It's a cool, very cool thing to use, especially if you guys have like scripts. I use scripts, it all depends on what it is. So if you're someone who has scripts for like potential loyal customers, or like if you're trying to follow up with a customer and see how their products are going, you can go through your settings and you can go through general, and then you go through keyboard, and then you put text replacement. And in text replacement, you can add whatever it is that you want. So like if you want to put like, hey girl, how you like your products? Hey girl. Oh my God. Like let's say you want to use that. You can put shortcut optional, so you can put like every time you press capital T, it'll send that message. So you can do that. Like I don't know if your keyboard has it. Like if you have an Android has that option. I know for iPhone it does. So like if you're trying to message 20 people in 15 minutes and you're on your break, if you have text replacement, it'll be easier. So you can just write that down, the name that you want to message, and then it has already that actual message. You don't have to copy and paste, if that makes any sense.
So you said setting, general, and what else?
So for iPhones is settings, general, and then it has keyboard. So in that keyboard section, when you click on it, it has text replacement, where you can replace a cold message or whatever it is that you want.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm all out of tips for tonight, but I'm super excited that you guys got to know a little bit more about grids and how it works and how to work your social media and how to build your network and how to follow people. I think that's really important, because some of us are just posting, and just posting is not going to do it. So I'm super excited. If you guys have any questions on anything, you can always write on the team page, and I'll definitely answer questions for you. So if nobody has any more questions, I hope you all have a good night. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully today helped you guys. You're welcome. Good night, everyone.